Hello tarot readers and those who are learning tarot. My name is Linda and I've been doing tarot for a while. I used to be with Purple Ocean. I'm not a tarot reader that reads by the book. I'm a very intuitive tarot reader. Sometimes I like to go out on the street and do some street reads. Last Sunday I had a couple sit with me and they wanted to do a love reading, and that's always really hard to do when they're both sitting with you. So I pulled a lot of cards for them, but I just want to focus on the first four that I pull. And this is a picture right here. The Death card, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Swords. Sometimes I will put the cards down one after the other. I just do what the cards tell me to do. So on this particular day, they came in a 4. So again, this is a love reading. If you're doing a reading and a couple comes to you and they want to do a reading together and you pull these 4 cards, how would you read it? Pause the video and comment on how you would have read these cards. Here's how I'd read them, and they said it was accurate. And as soon as anybody sees the Death card, they automatically assume it's going to be death. As a tarot reader, I'm very careful about the negative cards. It's not that I sugarcoat anything, but at the same time, if you're getting negative cards and you're delivering negative news, I need you to remember that you may be misinterpreting the card, and the power of suggestion is real. And so if you tell somebody, oh, you're dying, that's a very, very powerful thing to say to somebody, and not very nice, especially if you really don't actually know. So be very careful about how you interpret the cards when the negative cards do come. Always remind them that there is free will. The cards are only here to guide about your present situation. And if you make a different decision based on how the cards guide you, then your future is not the same as when you sat down at the beginning of the reading. So your future is not fixed. You have free will. And also remind your clients of that so that they feel like they have power. You don't want to take their power away by your reading. All right, moving on. When I see the Death card, I see it as a rebirth or a major change. That's how I choose to see it. That's how I will always interpret the Death card. Now the Eight of Swords is right here. Now this is a very interesting card. She is bound up, she is tied, she looks like she doesn't have any control at all, but the truth of the matter is she does. And then this card kind of came right underneath it, right? The King of Swords. When you see a lot of swords, usually that's an indication of mental stuff going on, whether it be somebody just always in their head, overthinking things. But the King of Swords is different. The King of Swords is all about having mental clarity. And then finally the card, this is the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups, he has his flowers. You see the horse right here. The horse is ready to go. There's a lot of romantic energy here. Okay, so how did I interpret these cards with this couple sitting in front of me? My intuition told me that this was an on and off again couple. And I asked him, did you have problems committing in this relationship when you started this relationship? And he said, yep. How did I know that? Just use your intuition. You can ask questions. Now this card was above him. This card indicated to me that he was hurt, but not just hurt a little bit. He was badly hurt. He was wounded. And so because of that experience, he becomes this stoic man. Because you were so hurt, you decided that you were just going to be a lone wolf. You were never going to fall in love again. You're just going to stay single forever. And there were other cards that I pulled. I'll screenshot the card that represented her. And then I told him, well, she comes along, she changes your whole perspective, but you weren't ready for it because you were going to be the lone wolf and you weren't going to commit with her. But she's persistent and she's worth fighting for. And so eventually you've changed your perspective. You're becoming more involved in this relationship, and this is where you are now. You are the guy who is trying to prove your love to her. And so as I'm telling them this, they're like, yep. My advice to you, if you want to be a tarot reader, practice on yourself a lot and practice on friends, but also practice on strangers. And you can tell them that you're a new tarot reader, that you may not know what you're doing or whatever, but practice, because that's the only way you're going to get better. It's important to know the cards, but I think it's also important to become intuitive as you read the cards. So when you see the swords, mental energy. When you see a lot of cups, it's going to be a lot of love energy, a lot of family energy. But I hope this helps. I will periodically do these little recordings in the hopes that it helps you become a better reader. Be sure to watch the next video. It's a deeper dive into the 4 cards that we focused on. I go into all the details in 4 different tarot cards. Learning the symbolism in each card will help you become a better tarot reader. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe and make an appointment and, I don't know, do it all. I've got a million call to actions. Do all of them. Bye.